Hello, welcome to a week's vlog, and this week I'm doing something a little bit different for me. I have seen many people do the colour wheel picks what they're reading for that week, like G from Book Roast, Steph from Steph Loves, and I'm sure a million other people have also done it, but they're the ones that spring to mind. And I wanted to do something different with this week. So I'm going to do a colour wheel picks my reads, but I'm going to go just a step above that, and it's going to be the colour wheel picks my week. The colour wheel is deciding what I'm doing this week. It's going to decide my outfits, it's going to decide my books, and if I can make other things in the day fit that colour. I'm going to try and live that colour for the day. This would indicate that I am perhaps going to try and read a book a day. We can see how that goes. If I read more than a book a day, I might need to change outfits. But that is the plan. It is currently Sunday night and I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to spin to know what my colour is going to be for tomorrow, because tomorrow is Monday, the actual start of this vlog, and I want to know in advance what sort of colour I should be thinking about wearing, and maybe decide my book in advance as well. So let's do our first wheel spin, so I can prepare myself a little bit for what the day will have in store for me tomorrow. Right, here is the wheel on my computer. Let us spin. I'm really, I was just about to say, I'm really hoping we don't get purple, because purple is my least favourite colour and the colour I would probably struggle to use. Oh man, I don't know if I own purple to wear. Okay, well it is deep purple, so I'm gonna have to see if I can find something to fit the deep purple vibe. I found my purple options. It's these ones, and I've put it to my patrons for a poll to pick, because I don't know. On one hand, I want a little one so that purple can be over with as soon as possible. If you didn't know, I really dislike the colour purple, so I really don't know how I'm going to make the rest of my Monday purple. But I guess I'll try my best. So my options are The Night Ends with Fire, which is pretty blue, but there is purple in it, and I feel like the backing of the sprayed edges kind of matches that deep purple that it was after. Secret of Bird and Bone is probably the most obviously deep purple. Frankie Best Hates Quests. Again, it's quite obviously a deep purple. And Sleep Like Death. The backing is very purple. The sprayed edges are very much a deep purple. So yeah, they're my stack. My patrons are gonna vote on which one I go for, and then we'll take it from there. That'll be tomorrow's task. The sun is sunning. It burns ever so slightly, but this is where the sun is. I can't see. I'm just gonna go with it. Happy Monday. It's purple day. This is purple. It says I'm a lowlife in purple. It's got a purple tangerine, and on the back it says "See you in hell" in purple. This is the purplest I get. This is a neck deep shirt. It's the only purple I could think of, but I did also find these little purple star earrings that I got as a freebie when I ordered some clear star earrings. I got a purple set for free thrown in, so I've popped them in. I don't think I've ever actually worn them. And I've tried to do, I don't know if the sun will let you see this, but I've tried to do a bit of a purple inner corner and lower lash line moment with the makeup. It is what it is. I am going to struggle to make my day purple. I feel like no matter what I do, my day is always going to be orange. That is my work computer. I start work in 10 minutes. It is 10 to 8 in the morning. I don't know why I felt like getting up so early today. Normally on a day where I work from home, I roll out of bed at like 7:45 and I start work at 8. But I got up at like 7 and sorted myself out, did my hair, straightened it, put it in my little pigtails, did my makeup, did my outfit, etc. Probably because I knew I was going to struggle to find purple. Anyway, I start work very soon, so I need to wrap this up pretty quick. But my patrons have picked from the purple books that I showed you yesterday, and they have gone with the biggest one. They have gone with The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. Now looking at this in daylight, it looks way more blue. But I swear that background is purple, and the like background on the thing is purple. So I'm gonna be reading this. I would love to read the whole thing today, but it is a Monday, I do have work, so am I gonna end up needing to be purple again tomorrow? I really hope not. Maybe I'll start this like for 5 minutes before I start work. And maybe, because I think I'm doing quite a bit of testing today, maybe I'll get the audiobook to listen to whilst I'm doing some testing. I might do that. We'll see. I can be done with my purple, and it's only 7:15. I did exactly as I said I was going to do with this and downloaded the audiobook and have listened to it through my work day whilst I've been testing, and have obviously continued after work and now finished it so I can be done with the purple. Not that my purple day has been too bad, really. I took it very light with the purple. But has my purple makeup even stayed on? I don't know. This was 3-star at best. I don't think this was really anything special. And I kind of struggled to see, this was in the adult Fairy Loot box. And I struggled to see how, because it felt very YA. I mean, our main character is 18. It is a Mulan retelling. There is a love triangle, not that these things are exclusive to YA. There is, yeah, a love triangle. And it just didn't do anything special for me, and just the way our main character thinks and speaks and acts, and the men around her as well, like, it did just feel all very YA. Like, it didn't feel like an adult fantasy to me, but maybe that's just my opinion. You know how if you've watched my vlog from the other week with One Dark Window in it, where I was like, is this adult, is this YA? I don't know, maybe it's one of those bridge books. That felt more adult to me than this did. And this one actually did come in an adult book, so I don't know. Anyway, Mulan retelling. Our main character, Mei Lin, does not want to conform to the gender roles that her society has set out for her. She does not want to live a life of a captive woman, basically. She's the possession of her father, who is a gambling addict and an opium addict, and he wants to sell her off for her dowry, and then she would become the possession of an abusive man. She doesn't want that. She wants freedom. So she disguises herself as a man and enlists in the army. Mulan retelling. She saves the country. But not everything is sunshine and rainbows when that happens. And of course there is also the spirit realm aspect of this, with the dragon spirit and the phoenix spirit and so on. Never trust a dragon. Does the dragon lie to her? Perhaps. I feel like this is probably going to be a duology. I don't know. I feel like a duology is probably the direction this is going. I don't think I would be inclined to pick up the sequel. It really just didn't do anything super special for me. Like, at the best of times, I'm not a fan of a love triangle, and I mean, it's not like super explicitly a love triangle, but like, it's there. And the whole, you know, the man that she's into might not be the right man for her because there's the other dude, and she kind of has like this moment of indecision of like, oh no, what if she has feelings for the other guy, the bad guy? But no, then she goes back into the arms of the good guy, but she's still thinking about the bad guy, and like, you know, she's gonna end up with the bad guy because he's not a bad guy, but the good guy really only sees her as one thing, and he sees her as a woman, and the bad guy will see her as so much more. Like, it's just very predictable. So yeah, 3 stars at best for that one, unfortunately. But I am glad to be done with purple. I did also put purple socks on today. You can't see them, but they're on my feet. I tried, alright? And I read the purple book. And I read a whole book on a Monday. Woo! That does mean it is time to spin again, and I am excited to see what we get. So, let's do spin number 2. Here we are. I have added in black, white, grey and brown because I realised that they weren't on it before, but it's annoyingly put it in between light green and green, and I can't like reorganise it, which really irritates me. But they're in there now, so good riddance to purple. We want to avoid this region. Let's go! What are the chances it lands there again? Oh, deep orange. Deep orange. Interesting. Let's see what we can find. Good riddance, purple. Am I right? Hello, orange. I just fit orange so much better. I like my orange jewellery a lot better because I actually purchased it. My orange pyjama top. This isn't quite the deep orange, but I have my deep orange dungarees that I will actually wear tomorrow in the day. My hair is orange. I have just replaced my purple with a little dab of orange, but like, I will be going to bed soon, so it's kind of pointless because I will be taking that off and going to bed. But I have selected my orange read. Well, I haven't, my patrons have. They have maybe been encouraged. It's not showing the cover. Why is it not doing that? Well, okay. The orange book that has been selected for me is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore, which is definitely not a real name. Let's see if I can get the cover. I don't own this book, but like, it's got all of the autumn leaves and pumpkins and stuff, so it's got the deep orange we are looking for in that cover. But like, my room is orange, I am orange, this is the vibe. If I just spin orange for the rest of the week, that would be great. Typical. The wheel has gone from my absolute least favourite colour, purple, ew, to my favourite colour, orange. But yeah, we're going for a romance. I fancied something a little bit fluffier, I'm not gonna lie to you. The other options I put on were A Touch of Light and The Hand of the Sun King. Hand of the Sun King is mostly blue, but there is a big orange sun on it. So I thought that would still count, but I did say in the poll to my patrons, not gonna lie, I'm feeling the fluffier option, but the power is all yours. And they have gone for the fluffier option, so they do care about me, and this is it. I read a few romances last month, and I haven't read any yet this month, so I am keen to get back in that little fuzzy zone, and I'm so glad to be back in orange. Yay! Right, before I do get on with that reading though, I do have some editing that I need to do, but then, bed with a book. much easier for me. Like, I'm just so much more comfortable in orange. Yeah. This is the fit. It's my orange dungarees. My room's a mess. Don't look at the background. Orange dungarees. I wanted to wear my white shirt, but I can't find it, so we've gone for grey. And this, I got like 5 chapters into this last night so far. Pretty cute. The place is literally called like Dream Harbour, and the main character's talking about how it feels like it's been picked up and placed down out of someone's dream, and all the people are dreamy, and all the shop names are dreamy. You've got the Sugar Plum Bakery, and the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I can't remember what the bookshop's called, but like it's all very dreamy. But yeah, I'm only 5 chapters in, which isn't very far. It's like 20 odd pages or something. Chapters are teeny tiny. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that so far. Pretty cute. I reckon I could probably finish it today. But as for right now, work. Hello, it is like 6:30-ish. Nearly 7-ish. 6:45. I'm back from work. There was terrible traffic on my way home today. But I can report that 2 people today said to me, "Jade, you're awfully orange. Did you just try to be all orange today? Was the vibe just fully orange?" And I was quite happy to say yes. Yes, it was. But I'm back from work. And I very much want to get in bed and read my book. So I think that is going to be my plan. I hope to finish it tonight. But considering I'm back from work, I've had dinner, like I'm done for the night, I'm just going to go and get in bed and read my book. I think that that is achievable. But then we will need to spin again for whatever tomorrow's colour is. And that does mean I will have to get out of my orange dungarees. But I will be putting on my orange pyjama shirt. Because I'm keeping orange, of course, and I will be taking out my little orange dangles. But I've very much enjoyed having an orange day, and I'm quite glad that it was actually like acknowledged by other people. Like, oh wow, you've clearly gone for an orange vibe. It was too obvious not to though, really, hey? Hello. I am whispering because it is just past midnight and Jade is asleep in the other room. But I have just finished the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I have many thoughts. I didn't enjoy that as much as I thought I was going to. And I don't know if it's because when I was reading the other romances I was reading last month, I was much more in the mood for them. I thought I was in the mood for this one, but something about it just didn't quite click for me. And don't get me wrong, some of it was cute and the romance was nice, but I didn't buy it. I didn't believe the relationship between the couple. I didn't, like, if I were in her shoes and a guy treated me the way that he treated her, I don't think I would fall at his feet the way that she did. Like, he says, he's got his own problems, he's got some issues that are a little bit unresolved, but the way that he kind of throws them at her as if they're her problem, I didn't love. But the vibes of Dream Harbour and this like fall paradise, cute. Pumpkin Spice Cafe, there's pumpkins everywhere in the fall festival and Halloween, and like it was cute, but I just didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to. Like maybe a 3-star. Is that generous? I don't know. But I have finished it. I have read it. But yeah, maybe a 3-star. I just didn't love it the way that I thought that I maybe might. But it's done now. And it is very late, so I would very much like to go to bed. But I need to know what my colour is going to be for tomorrow. So let's do a colour wheel spin. Right, here is where we left it. Where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Black. Nice one. Black is a fantastic choice. This is the back of my chair, by the way. I'm sat on the floor just resting on the back of my chair. Black is a fantastic choice. I definitely have plenty of black clothes, so that's not a problem. As for black book, I don't want to make too much of a quick decision right now, but my brain has immediately gone to Bloom. This one by Delilah Dawson, which is tiny and a horror that I picked up the other day, and it is very black, so it would fit, but I don't want to make too much of a quick decision today, so I'll probably make that decision when I get back from work tomorrow. Like, there's a lot of options for black. I might go with that one, but there's a lot of options for black. So tomorrow is dark day, but now it's time for bed. Hello. It's Friday. It's Friday night and I have been on black for 3 days. And considering my black book was tiny compared to the purple one that I got through in 1 day and the orange one that I got through in 1 day, I then got stuck on this for the rest of the week. It has been a busy week in my defence, like work has been busy. And then yesterday was at the vet's and Wednesday I was in a weird mood and had errands to run and stuff. So anyway, I've basically read most of this tonight and have finished it. And I have thoughts. Thoughts indeed. So for like this much of it, maybe a bit less, maybe like this much of it, I was feeling like this is fine, this is okay. I don't really get what's super unsettling about this. The blurb says it takes an unsavoury turn. Haven't got there yet, not sure on what that's gonna be. But like, this is just fine, I guess, as we follow this woman becoming absolutely infatuated with this other woman. She's fallen like head over heels in love with her. She is obsessed with her, wants to completely be with her, but this other woman has some pretty strict boundaries and is a bit of a mystery. We don't know an awful lot about her past, her situation, etc. But our main character is like fully in love with her. And like, it's fine. And yeah, there was a slight air of something being a bit, not sure, a bit unsettling, but it wasn't enough unsettling for me to be like uncomfortable, which is kind of what I wanted. And then in this bit, we had the unsavoury turn, and I was hooked. So hooked. Fully. Like, oh my god. And then in the last chapter is when I was like, oh, oh. So my thoughts definitely changed in the second half, and I really wish that I could talk to you about the why and what happens in that last chapter to make me so like skin crawly. But I can't, because that would be an enormous spoiler. So yeah, it's just about whether the last 40 odd pages outweighs the first 160 odd pages. But the first 160 odd pages weren't bad, but it did take me a little minute to like get into it. As I said, the week's been busy anyway, but like a book of this size shouldn't have taken me that long to get fully into. And it was fine, and then it was more than fine. So I'm kind of in a territory of, I don't know if this is like a 3-star or 4-star sort of book. and I think that is going to depend on how long the ending sticks with me. Here's me becoming a horror reader, maybe, I don't know. I liked it, I enjoyed it, definitely enjoyed the ending. I like it when, like, an atmosphere and a vibe and stuff can make me feel uncomfortable and weird, but like in an unsettling, eerie kind of way. I just feel like it wasn't eerie enough in the beginning, and then in the end it was very like bam, bam, bam. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Anyway, I'm done with my black book. And that does mean that I need my next colour choice, my next book. However, this is going to be my choice for Saturday. And Saturday is my next Patreon readathon, and there is a particular challenge element to that where I need to read a green book. So, full transparency, we are going to spin the wheel until it lands on green, because I don't have an alternative. I need it to land on green for me to actually complete my own Patreon readathon. So, let's spin the wheel and hope it lands on green. Here we are, exactly where we left off. How long do we think this is going to take? Oh, close. Not close enough. White. That's a shame. I'll take it. We'll take that variation of green. They're very similar greens, but light green, sure. Right, so for green, my options are either Inkheart or The Lies of Locke Lamora. Both of these would have worked for light or dark green because they both have light and dark green on them, so that is fine. But I still don't know which one of these I want to read. So we're gonna do another wheel. I should have put them all in green, really. But let's see if I'm doing Locke for Lies of Locke Lamora or Inkheart for Inkheart. I am reading Inkheart, and it landed on a green one. That's a sign. Hello, it is a few hours later. How it's already 4:30 on Saturday, I don't know. But I have managed to get over the 100-page mark in Inkheart, and I don't like it. It's reminding me a lot of Pages & Co. I realise this came before Pages & Co, so more so Pages & Co maybe took inspiration from this, I don't know. But I've read Pages & Co. Obviously haven't read this. So for me, it's reminding me of Pages & Co. And I did not like Pages & Co. So I think I'm going to do something very unpopular because this is a beloved book. But I'm over 100 pages in. I am struggling. I'm not in a middle grade mood, and I haven't been for a long time. And I think I need to be brutally honest about that, and therefore probably do an enormous unhaul of my middle grade books. But I'm not enjoying this, and I really didn't like Pages & Co. It's reminding me of Pages & Co, similar sort of vibes. I'm not enjoying my reading time with this. Yes, I'm only 100 pages in. Yes, maybe it gets so much more interesting and better as it goes on. But I don't care, and I don't want to read it. So I've rigged the wheel, and then span the other wheel for what I was going to end up trying to read the whole thing of today, to end up just DNFing it. So, this was all an enormous failure. However, for my Patreon readathon, I still need to read a big green book. I am no longer going to have time to swap this out for Lies of Locke Lamora. So instead, I'm going to read Hooky. This probably fits that light green a bit better anyway. And this is a graphic novel. This will be a reread for me, but my plan is to reread this and read the rest of Hooky within the next couple of months, so I need to reread it anyway. So a reread of Hooky is the new plan, because I'm not vibing with Inkheart. Oh dear. And done. Hooky has been completed. It was a reread for me, so I knew that I enjoyed this, and I enjoyed it again on reread. I definitely am glad to have reread this before going into the next one, because I had forgotten almost 100% of it. There were like certain twists that I knew were coming because it was a reread, but for the most part, I had forgotten a lot of this. And I'm very glad to have reread it. It's good fun. It's about these two siblings, and they are witches, and they miss the bus to wizardry school. But instead of going home, because they don't want to like be an embarrassment to their parents and they don't want to get in trouble, they try to find someone else to tutor them so they can like pretend they've gone to school. But there is a prophecy that may involve them. They accidentally end up being branded traitors to all of witch kind, but as they are witches, they're also not trusted by humans. They get themselves in a bit of trouble with a dragon, a princess, a guy who runs a coffee shop, a future-seeing wizard, and there's just chaos and a potential war with the witches. It was good fun. I like it. I think the main characters are very cute, and the princess is very cute. She's very sweet. And I just love the way that the friendships in this develop, but also the betrayals and so on. I'm very excited to continue, so I'm glad that I did get the reread of this in, and I'm disappointed that Inkheart didn't work out for me, but it didn't. So between my two green books, I have read 500 pages of green book. This didn't work, but I finished green here. So I have managed to complete my Patreon readathon today, which was why I needed to rig it for green. But that does mean that now we can move on to the next spin, and I don't have to rig it. It can just be whatever it lands on. So sorry for the little green detour. Let's spin and see where we end up. Right, here is our wheel. And spin. What have we got? Ooh. Okay. Cyan. Interesting. Let's see if I can find a book with that colour in it. Ooh, what am I going to wear? And I'm back. It took me a while to find a book that I actually thought was cyan, and I don't think I own, like, any. Cyan is a very specific colour, and clothing-wise, this is blue. Like, I'm never gonna get cyan. I'm gonna put a block of what cyan is here on the screen for you. It's a very specific colour. It's not a primary colour, but it should be. Like, if you think of CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, key, printing, like, it should be. So a lot of things will incorporate cyan, but actually a pure cyan colour? Struggling for that. Lots of blue. So anyway, the closest I have found is The Blanket Cats, which I will put here as well. I don't own this, but I spotted it on Amazon, and I got the ebook for it. So, here's my Kindle with The Blanket Cats. It is translated, Japanese bestseller, translated by Jessie Kirkwood, who translated the Kamigawa Food Detectives, which I loved. So when I saw it was translated by Jessie Kirkwood, that is kind of what made my decision for me. This is one of those Japanese bestsellers that is little slices of life. Each chapter following a different person as they have an encounter with a blanket cat. That encounter helping them to discover the next part of their life that they need to move on to, and so on and so forth. Think in the same vein as Kamigawa Food Detectives with the food. Unlocking a memory, helping them move on. I'm assuming the cats will do that similar sort of thing. I will find out more as I read, and of course will let you know. But the closest I could find to cyan that I was interested in, actually just the quickest and closest to Cyan I could find, full stop. So there we go. I was looking at Under the Whispering Door, but I thought that was too dark. I was looking at What You're Looking For Is in the Library, but I thought that was too light, like too much of a sky blue, whereas this seems to have, I've got a picture of it up over here with the actual colour, because obviously on my Kindle it's just grey, but it seems to have that like slight lean to teal that Cyan kind of has. This isn't supposed to be an in-depth colour review. That's the book I'm reading. The colour wheel took me there, and I've obviously changed into something a bit more colour appropriate. So, onwards with the blanket cats. Hello, I'm a day late. I'm no longer in Cyan, because I'm a day late. But I can report that late last night I did finish my Cyan book. But I was in bed, and it was like midnight, and I wasn't going to update the vlog, so I'm doing it today. I apologise. But I finished my Cyan book. I finished Blanket Cats, and this was cute. It made me want to cuddle a cat. I'm not normally a cat person. I'm a dog person. But this did make me want to cuddle a cat. It was cute. It was the right format of what I wanted it to be. But I would say like half of the stories in this just didn't quite do anything for me. And all of the stories ended at their pivotal moment. So it's like the cat was there to help them, you know, get to the next stage in their life, overcome something, achieve something, remind them of something. Like, in some way, the cats help them get over a hurdle of some kind. But every single one of these stories ended like when you're just on the hurdle. Like, it was, I felt like none of them ended quite satisfactorily enough. Satisfactionally? I don't know what word I want there. But I feel like none of them hit me quite right. Feels very 3-star for me. I didn't dislike it. It was cute. None of the stories ended quite right for me. None of them were particularly memorable. Maybe the one about the grandma would be my favourite. But yeah, very 3-star. Not blown me away. It weren't quite the Kamigawa Food Detectives. Anyway, so that was my Cyan book. And there we have it. That's my challenge done. Week over. What did I even read? Let's go back and check my core pile for what I actually read for this, because I can't even remember the beginning of this week. Purple! We started with purple. How did I forget that? Started with purple with The Night Ends with Fire. I can let you know I have now put that through core pile and it got a 3-star. We then had orange with the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which was a 3-star on core pile. We then had black for Bloom, which got a 4-star on core pile. We then kind of rigged it for green. Kind of rigged it. There was no kind of about it. We totally rigged it for green. DNF'd Inkheart, which is a sensitive topic. Reread Hooky Volume 1 instead. Had a good time. Then we got Cyan with the Blanket Cats, which was another 3-star. It's been a mix of 3s and 4s. My reading month up until this vlog was 4s and 5s. Oh no, I did have 1 3. I've gone from this month having 1 3-star and the rest be 4s and 5s to now having 4 3-star reads. I was doing so well. Anyway, that's enough of that. I've had fun with this. I've liked the challenge. I definitely would want to do it again. Maybe for longer? Has this been long enough? I want to do more colours. Like, we didn't get red. We didn't really get blue. We didn't honestly get green. There was no yellow. Like, there were so many other colours that we could have got. So I would definitely go again. Would you want to see me do it again? Let me know. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up right about now. So thanks for watching. I hope you've had fun. If you have, let me know. I will see you in whatever comes next. Can you tell I've forgotten how you wrap up a video? That'll do though. I'll see you in whatever comes next. Bye.